PNG Happenings.
Remember to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Dive into discussions on current events, cultural insights and social issues, exploring the vibrant stories and challenges shaping the nation.
As a former officer of the Papua New Guinea Defence Force, I witnessed the realities of Bougainville crisis. I saw young soldiers with our counterparts from the police force and the correctional services deployed into Bougainville into dangerous and most difficult conditions. I saw the emotional trauma carried by our servicemen. Mr. Speaker, the first soldier who lost his life on Bougainville was Second Lieutenant Yandu from Wasaragawi in Isipik province. That was the sacrifice. Mr. Speaker, I saw resistant fighters who fought alongside Papua New Guinea Defence Force soldiers to protect the constitutional sovereignty and territory of our country. Mr. Speaker, I saw young soldiers die in Bougainville. War, Mr. Speaker, war is not a theory. War is not politics. War is human suffering. Many who spoke before me, who spoke today, and who will speak later in this parliament, Mr. Speaker, were not there. Many did not carry weapons. Many did not bury friends. Many did not witness the pain endured by both Bougainvilleans and members of the security forces. I did, Mr. Speaker. I also reflect on the Sandline affair, or the Sandline crisis, as we all know. The Sandline crisis represented one of the darkest constitutional moments in our nation's history. The decision to engage foreign mercenaries to interfere in Bougainville created a dangerous constitutional and political crisis. Had the mercenaries got on Bougainville, the situation would have been more bloodier than it was already. I believe some of the Bougainvillean leaders, including President Ismail Torahoma, and Ezekiel Massad, and others, would probably not be alive here today. That's a fact. These mercenaries were ruthless and merciless and follow no rules of war. Had the mercenaries got on Bougainville, situation would have been worse. At that time, many of us believed strongly that Papua New Guinea's sovereignty and democratic institutions were being undermined. The nation stood at the edge of instability. My colleagues, Major Walter Enuma, Captain Bola Renagi, Colonel Max Aliale, Major Charlie Andrews, late Captain Boris Ageda, late Captain Philly Mack, late Lieutenant Colonel Michael David, Captain James Pima, Captain Paul Boga, Major General Jerry Singrop, Lieutenant Linus Osaba, just to name a few. Mr. Speaker, we all participated to save the lives on Bougainville because we love the Bougainvilleans. I salute those of my colleagues for the bold stand we took to remove the mercenaries from our country. I believed our nation prevented further bloodshed and devastation on Bougainville, but we were banished to Bomana maximum security prison, only to be later released on parole and after serving 2.5 years in jail, and later given unconditional pardon by the Queen of England through advice from the head of state of Papua New Guinea on the 15th of September 2005. Mr. Speaker, we did it for national unity. We did it for peace and for harmony and for the love of Bougainville and Papua New Guinea. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this special moment also to thank the National Alliance-led government under the Sumare Taimu government for my freedom and the freedom of my two colleagues. I want to also thank the Honorable Dr. Sir Pukatemu, the Honorable William Duma, who was then the chairman of the Parliamentary Committee, Mr. Patrick Purites, late Dr. Lawrence Kalino, and Moses Maladina for the freedom that they have given me and two of my colleagues. I salute you for that decision. Mr. Speaker, in March 17, 1997 was a moment in history that the country stood together in unity amidst diversity, or our complex diversity, to save our brothers and sisters on Bougainville. The public servants, the three security forces united, the university students, the NGOs led by the then human rights lawyer and activist, Mr. Paul Spakov, now the governor of NCD, the Honorable Paul Spakov, Petty Lafanama, Father Lack. These are all men that stood with the soldiers, united in one nation, one country, one people, to reject the mercenaries from Bougainville, from going to Bougainville, because we believe it was morally and ethically the right thing to do. Mr. Speaker, these mercenaries are not ordinary soldiers. They are ruthless and merciless killers. The government's bad decision took us 72 hours to arrest all the mercenaries and deport them from our country because of our love for our people on the island of Bougainville, to save 360,000 people on Bougainville. Mr. Speaker, March 17, 1997 will go down in history as the day when the entire nation stood together in unity to say no against the government's decision to hire mercenaries to go to Bougainville. History may not have clearly recognized and articulated the genuineness of our role in Sandline crisis, but history will certainly acknowledge Sandline crisis as the catalyst for the start of the Bougainville peace process. The lesson from Sandline must never be forgotten. Bougainville issues cannot be resolved through force, foreign manipulation, emotional blackmail, or political intimidation. They must be resolved through the constitutional, lawful process and the preservation of our national sovereignty. Mr. Speaker, I will now speak on the referendum result, whether it reflects the true wishes of all Bougainvilleans. Mr. Speaker, we are constantly reminded that 97.7% voted in favor of independence during the referendum. But this Parliament must carefully examine whether that result truly represents a fully informed, free and fair, balanced reflection of the wishes of our people. Mr. Speaker, referendum occurred after decades of conflict, political messaging and emotional trauma. Many Bougainvilleans understandably carry historical grievances. However, we must ask ourselves questions. Were all viewpoints equally represented? Were those supporting continued autonomy within PNG given equal voice? Did fear, historical resentment, and political pressure influence the outcome? Did the referendum fully account for the long-term economic realities facing Bougainville? Mr. Speaker, this Parliament must also consider many Bougainvilleans who continue to identify themselves proudly as Papua New Guineans. There are many who value continued partnership with Papua New Guinea. Their voices must not be ignored, especially during the Bougainville crisis and after the crisis. The referendum result was politically significant.
PNG Happenings.